Let's go. Good morning. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Previously on Kimba TV. Boy, ladies and gentlemen. How did we know the Pico top last Friday? You got a little bit more to go. So I think there's one more sweep coming up. It could be like next week. You know, tomorrow's Friday, right? So let it do its thing. If you just keep nuking and nuking and nuking, then I'm going to long this bitch hard. Let me turn it down a little bit. How we doing? Happy Friday, Lions. How we doing, though? Everybody Gucci? Who juicing? Yeah, I mean, nothing's really changed. We kind of knew S&P was bullish like on Wednesday, so that's that. And then we got the fib. That might be interesting. Let's see if we get above this fucker right here. Kuhar, are you still in the S&P long, sir? I am. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna. I'm gonna get stopped out if it starts to dump because I'm using the Bing X position to like practice using Bing X, but also to like show it on the Viper stream. So yeah, it's not that big. And so I'm gonna just keep moving my stop loss and profit, and eventually I'll get stopped out. But I don't really. I want to keep the S&P thing running just because I want to practice trading traditional markets and have the Bing X on the Viper as well. Yeah, it's still inconclusive. You're saying it bounced from this golden pocket? Yeah, that's good. But at the end of the day, you still need to get above here. I'm at least still tempted by shorts around 35.6. Yes. Yeah, that looks interesting, Amalise. So I mean, Amalise, here. There's a couple things. Remember how we talked about like all the things to were you here, Amalise, when I did like the pros and cons of like trying to short something here versus waiting for this? Yeah. So now it's even more complicated because it's the weekend, Amalise, you know? So all that stuff. Remember when I was like S&P is bullish today, so you know, maybe we should wait for that to play out. Remember all that bullshit? Well, you don't have that anymore going into the weekend, obviously. So you know, if this is gonna actually be like a failed auction, you would probably sweep that and then nuke again, right? So I don't know. Like, how much of this failed auction are you gonna respect? Do you respect the structure or the weekend shenanigans more? You know what I mean? So yeah, still same thing, Amalise. You know, obviously looking at something like that, like sweeping this would be pretty funny, right? Sweep. So yeah, I'm still looking at it, but it's the weekend, so you know, do I really want to like try hard? You know, it front ran the CME gap that everyone and their grandmas were looking at, so that's pretty funny. So you know, you do have this potential. It would just be about a structure play because the probability is you're gonna hold that right on the failed auction. So yeah. Yeah, I would say that you know 0.5 for sure you're gonna rotate to here. If you get above here, you're probably gonna rotate to here next. Yeah, but if we get filled on stream, I'll take it. But I'm gonna be probably going to Texas for the weekend with my friends and shooting some guns. So I'm not gonna worry too much. CMZ balls drop. Do we really have to sweep anything? Yes. We always have to stop people out. James AP, can you let me know if TRB just did a failed auction? High looks like ass, but it's a shit coin. James, you and TRB, my boy. Oh, Lord have mercy. No, this is not a failed auction. Wait for the third hit. Wait for the third hit. It's probably going to give you a third hit, right? It's going to give you a third hit, dude. Wait for that, James. Roger. If you tap that and it makes a higher high, it's probably going to sweep all this. Okay, that's your 4-hour RSI, James. My pleasure. Good shit. Just be careful though. Like you said, man, these are shit coins, bro. I don't know if like basic 5th grade TA like this works, you know? And obviously, do you want me to do this? You have this or what? Yeah, just sweep this and go, right? Sweep and go. But bro, it's the weekend, man. So I don't want you to be too reliant on 5th grade TA, brother. Okay. But yeah, I think everybody sees it. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant to, but I think everybody sees a sweep coming. Lots of liquidity or like the last bit to grab, right? Before it pulls back. Yeah. So I think you're good. That's why I'm using 2x only. Good shit. Suabe says, oh, you closed the short. That is correct. That is correct. I don't have any positions open right now. You want to know where I got stopped out? It's pretty simple. Just recently got stopped out. It's going to be super funny because if it doesn't reject here, you're going to have a big stop loss cascade. And so it's probably going to go there. Now you have shorts trapped. So let's see what the 0.5 reaction is. But you have shorts trapped here. Reed Johnson says, Kimba, this is really noob question, but how did you figure out your stop on your recent short? Well, do you remember all the stuff that we were talking about, Reed Johnson? Do you remember all the stuff that we were talking about? Do you remember how I was saying S&P is bullish? Well, I mean, I still have my S&P long, like we said in the morning, but my short is closed. But you know that we were expecting S&P to go up. So if S&P is going to go up, what do you think Bitcoin's going to do? So at some point, I got to be thinking, okay, where do I want to close the short? So the easiest would be this. I hope that makes sense. Rhea Johnson, just when the structure changes, brother. Do you see that shorts are trapped? Berbeezy, Shano. So Rhea Johnson, basically, if you understand that S&P is going to pump and you see shorts are trapped, you probably should maximize, your profits. Okay? Because you're going to start to see a squeeze. You want to see a squeeze? Better swing. Cabanese, Krill, could you look at Soul? Sure. Well, nothing's changed though, so. I mean, it just depends on if you think that's being turned into support or not. That's 786, 75. Is that getting turned into support, yay or nay? Walter White says, I can recognize good entry and exit levels while Bitcoin is going up, but I can't do the same when Bitcoin is going down. I win many trades as it goes up, but lose amount all of them when it goes down. Well, maybe it just means that you should stop trading shorts, Walter. Yeah, there's so many things that our subconscious personalities and characteristics trickle down to impact our decision-making process. So, if you figure out that you are only juicing on longs, then just keep longing, Walter. The other thing that I would say too is like you've been trading for at least 6 years, right, Walter? Because questions like that in your first 6 years is like, it's like a 13-year-old kid like coming up to you and be like, man, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to ask a girl out. So as long as like you've had enough sample size, but like in your first 6, 7, 8 years, you're going to just have ups and downs like that. One year you might be hella good at shorts and all your longs are ass, So just like human history, human behavior. A lot of things are cyclic on a macro and micro scale, Walter White. So as long as you have a big enough sample size to say that you're actually not good at shorting, but if you've only been trading for like a year, you don't have enough sample size to make a conclusion like that. So, but in essence, if you figure out that you're only good at one thing, just do that, because ultimately you just want to juice up, right, Walter? Or maybe on the shorts, you just do smaller position size. Yeah, do whatever you think is right, Walter. Dirty Z says, I thought that means that shorts are getting opened. Correct, aka they're getting trapped. Why would you bottom short? Dirty Z? Yeah, so, I mean, you got it right, Dirty Z. The shorts are opening, thus they're trapped. They're bottom shorting. So you're correct. Yeah, they're opening, which means that they're trapped. I hope that makes sense. But you got it right. Mulberry says, aggregated stablecoin margin to open interest on the last move down clearly shows trapped shorts. Roger that. Yeah, I mean, I hope everybody can see it. A bunch of motherfuckers open shorts on the bottom. What's up with that? Okay, so it's like straightforward. People here, okay, open shorts. That's why if you get above 35, okay, this is basically people started shorting 35. Okay, you can see when the open interest starts to pick up after the reset. That's your pivot point. Okay, see it? You see where my cursor is? You see where the open interest nukes? And then it starts to pick up again. Right there, right here. So if you pop above 35.1, you're going to see a squeeze. Right here. So there's people shorting like $75, $100 million. There's 75 to 100 mil on Bybit trapped. So if you see if it goes below, like above 35.1, you're probably going to see a little brink. Right here. Watch like a little, it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. Brink. Dahmer says, Kimba, are you taking upcoming Kimba box short? That is a negative. I would prefer to just focus on the 75786. Okay, so there's two things. One is you could get something like this. Okay, and it just sweeps that, and you have a bunch of aggressive bears stepping in at the golden pocket. That's possible, but that's a lower probability play. Okay, because of the fact that you have so many shorts trapped, okay, it's usually not a good idea to get in the way of a short squeeze, okay? So if you're going to see a short squeeze coming into this level, you're basically predicting the future. You're saying, you know what, I know there's a short squeeze, but even though there's going to be market buying from the short squeeze and the bullish volume coming in, so it's like double bull volume, right? You're going to say, nope, the bears are strong enough. They're going to step in and they're going to reject this. So instead of doing that, I think it's better to watch the reaction. Most likely they're going to try to sweep that bad high, right? That's the higher probability. And you also have structure play, because if this is a failed auction, okay, you're going to not get above that. Right? So you've got fifth grade TA and you've got like a sweep potential. So I think I would rather short that, not financial advice. But if you're really bearish and you don't want to get left at the train station and your thought process is, dude, I want to short and I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to do this, that's not wrong either. So not financial advice. Let's see what happens. Yeah, the first thing is here, right? Because we can see that there's a bunch of shorts like starting around 35.1, 35,000, right? So maybe the bears are able to hold it and just do like a sweep and say, you know what, look at all these dumbass shorts. Stop them out. Let's go. So we'll see what the reaction is if we get there. Is the bearish like attitude that strong where it's going to be able to stop the short squeeze like that? It's possible. So we got to watch that level, and then we got to watch that level. I think that's what it is for me. Like I said, I'm going to be having like a little boys weekend trip, so I'm not going to pressure myself into taking that if that's going to happen over the evening time or over the weekend. Roger that. If it happens live on stream, we'll probably take it. Yeah. You do realize that this fucker is pixel fucking on me right now, and it might, Domzer, it might do a failed auction, bro. You see this? So, like, if you were, like, I shouldn't even have to say it, okay? But if it starts to do this, okay, just like how Biddy did, then I got to close my thing, right? My S&P long. You see what S&P is doing? So this Gex flip is correct. You see this? Domzer! Bugatti. I don't even need to draw fibs like this. I already know what's happening, just from my eye. But Dre says I'm actually cracked as fuck at COD. That's awesome. I used to be too. 5 minutes on the hourly candle close. F Doge says, Kimba, play COD. Let's see your gameplay. I'm down. I mean, Xbox like has my highlights and shit. Wait. Can I show you guys like my highlights online? So like, how do I log in? What's the website? If it's Xbox Clips, yes. Oh, dude, you guys want to see my COD highlights? Oh, dude. I swear not all of them are snipers. Woo! Later. Hey, this site is sick. I think this is okay. You'll see like my friend's gamer tags, but I think that's old. Later. Easy money, Bugatti money. You can tell how old these are because look at the builds. Later. These are nice. Dude, whoever sent me this website, Xbox Clips, you fucked up. We're watching clips all fucking day, y'all. Fuck the TA. Whoever sent me this link, xboxclips.com, xboxclips.com, you fucked up. Look at that motherfucker trying to get me. I said, let me go back. Let me check out his booty. Where he at? There he is. I see you. Oh, come on, show yourself. Got him. Jiang Lu says, do you think the short squeeze can get above 36K and do that famous sweep? Yeah, anything is possible. Is it dependent by OI? Correct, because if you're going to squeeze, and if there's no more to squeeze, if we get to 35.5, it's not going to go higher, right, Jiang Lu? So Toro says, can you look at gas USDT? I mean, who likes gas? I'm a big gas guy. I'm not talking about the shitcoin. I'm talking about the Zaza. No, I will not look at this. I mean, that's going to get filled, right? Bear feeling bored. RG Bargy says, Outs got spicy. Let's take a look. Pixel. Okay, so that's dot. So pull back to golden pocket, and it's on its way back to its golden pocket. Okay. ETH is pumping. Very good, very good. And then let's look at the... Kind of. I thought it was going to be here. So yeah, I mean, just remember what we talked about on ETH. This is the 1 hour fib that we drew earlier, and this is the bigger fib. So, okay, it's inside the bigger golden pocket right now. Yeah. So to just keep it simple, 33.5, 33.6, obviously an interesting short area, right? 35.5, 35.6, interesting short area. And then we already have like our, 36.8 to 37 zone for the sweep. We talked about what it would look like if it wants to mess with this gap, right? Gap, and gap. So yeah, 35.6, 36.8, and then the 36.8 area, and then 35.5, 35.6, and then to the downside, it is the 33.6 sweep. Where's my other fib? There we go. Okay, so somewhere around here. So these are all bad lows. Those are all bad lows. That's a bad low. These two are bad lows as well. So worst case scenario, you're probably going to see like an 886 tap, like a brrr. But you got to be aware of that being swept, or it's going to be that being swept. So starting around like 33.8. The sweep, I mean the gap fill is no longer relevant right now because CME is closed. But we talked about what it would need to do as well. So it's going to gap the gap, right? Yeah, that's it. Nothing's really changed. So still doing a great job of holding it. Yep. Pelisi says, doesn't it make more sense to sweep the low first than 36K maybe? No. No. I think when you say stuff like that, Pelisi, if you can't start the sentence off with based off of this or because of this, it's basically you projecting your subconscious bias. There is no, it makes more sense, especially going into the weekend. So I have a level ready to go for a long, and I have a level ready to go, 2 levels ready to go for a long, and 2 levels ready to go for a short. Yeah, but there is no such thing as doesn't it make more sense to sweep the lows first? Why? Why? No. So I think usually that is some sort of like it's usually your subconscious manifesting your like projecting out your bias, Pelisi. So I'm assuming you're in a like you're looking to get into a long. All right, or you're in a short. But no, there's I mean there's nothing that makes sense over the weekend, and there is no such thing as it has to do this or that. So yeah. No, I if I were you, I would just be ready for the 2 sweep levels and be ready for the 2 sweep levels to the downside, right? And 2 sweep levels to the upside. So short, long attempts. And then what we said was, as you approach those levels, whether it goes like this or whether it goes like this, I mean, just watch the open interest. And you should be able to tell if, or at least have a shot at being able to tell, if you think longs are getting squeezed, longs are getting trapped, shorts are getting squeezed, or shorts are getting trapped. And remember, there's no, like, don't be afraid of being wrong, but if you don't do that over and over and over and over, you're not going to get better at it. So remember, it's the trade is always an opportunity for you to get better. If you can juice up a little bit, that's the extra, cream on top. Okay, so it's the weekend. It's not like you guys are gonna go all in with like your money. So yeah, just do your best, but don't get wrecked over the weekend. I need y'all's best and most of your capital next week. Why don't piss away your money on a weekend trade? That would make no sense. At least go down with S&P. You know what I mean? So Willie says, Kimba, would you treat those as two different trades? Yes, I would, Willie. And as always, I would prefer the bigger deviation, right? So I would prefer this and I would prefer that. But do you see how before I was looking for this and now it's moving up because the market is continuing to make higher lows? So before it was this, right? But since this hasn't nuked yet, CME gap hasn't filled all the stuff that we talked about yesterday that would line up for this one, right? So this is still in play as long as it continues to keep making higher lows, you know? So, yeah. So this now it kind of moves up like that. Ahim says, do you plan on entering on DOT? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. If you are a new lion, I really try to enjoy my weekend, because I'm already grinding super hard and busting my ass with work, with hanging out with you guys. So weekend is really more for me to relax and reset, and then I'll give it my best during the week. So I doubt it, Ahim. So, but we're not going to miss anything. And most of the time, whatever happens over the weekend, it's on low volume, which means that it's probably not real. So, yeah, probably not over the weekend. But if I do, you'll see it on the Viper. Okay. Captain Gary, don't be late. What do you think about the wall at 34,650? Well, that's called Binancio Crayola. And so it's extremely weak. I mean, no one should be talking about like that's going to hold. That's probably going to get, if it was 1,000 plus, high probability that it's going to just spoof, right? So this is even weaker than $1,000 one. So, Calvin says, OI, I think is good for longs. Your opinion? No, Calvin. So, on the big grand scheme of things, okay, do you understand that longs, there's people entering longs here? You understand? So if you look at the open interest, okay, there's a lot of longs right here. Okay, there's a lot of longs right here. There's a lot of shorts right here, relatively speaking. But which position do you think is more trapped? Longs are more trapped. Okay? There's a lot of longs right here. There's shorts trapped right there. 70 million worth. Okay? So like 70 mil worth, shorts trapped. Hope that helps. What did I just close? All right, you guys, you know what it is. First off, thank you so much for stopping by. You guys are the fucking best. You know that, right? You know that, right? I would put any streamer's viewers up against mine. You guys are the fucking best. Do your best. You guys, I think, have a good idea of what my plan is. But remember, at the end of the day, believe in yourself. Trust what you see. I'm basing my plans off of the data that's in front of me right now. But things can change in the next hour, tomorrow, Sunday. So just do your best, all right? Don't be afraid of being wrong. But I definitely would probably, suggest not going too crazy over the weekend. I don't think you really have a reason to do that. But if you see something juicy, take it. Get it. All right? I can't wait to regroup with you guys. A lot of you guys were with me starting the stream early. So, make sure you guys get some rest. Your body probably deserves it. We all know your heart and your brain probably does. So just try to rest up. I need everybody's best on Monday. We're going to juice up again. You guys down? I'm going to try my best to start it early on Monday. All right? I'm rooting for each and every one of you guys. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, Bears, we're all Lions. All right? You guys are fucking amazing. All right? Enjoy your weekend. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss. Tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss, Sato.